Go to the your favourite striker.
What's that?
See.
Oh.
The Norwegian robot.
Yeah, he's doing Norwegian robot things again. 5-1. I'd say it looks routine from the outside. I mean, I was speaking to Ben. He was at the game. Obviously, apart from highlights, a lot of people would have watched it with it being a 3:00 game. He said they made hard work of it. He said it wasn't really a 5-1. He said that's just what he said to me.
Yeah, because I think Haaland got the last one in like the 95th, 6th minute. So
yeah, and then obviously Fulham equalised right away.
Yeah.
And also they should have had a goal that City had a goal that maybe shouldn't have stood.
Oh yeah, definitely.
With a Kanji. Is it a Kanji?
Yes, it's a shocker of a decision. How that's gone VAR and they haven't overturned that, it blows my mind.
Yeah, on the basis that he's actually moved himself out the way, so he's directly affecting the play in an offside position. I think that one should be ruled out 10 times out of 10. I don't know.
Mike Dean said it should have been ruled out. He doesn't know what's going on there.
I think... At what point in the game was that? Was that the second goal?
It was the second goal to make it 2-1.
So you could say
it could have had an effect on that.
That's it. Yeah, the fact it's 5-1, people look back on it and go, well, that decision was poor, but it was a 5-1 game.
This VAR controversial again. We don't need to keep talking about VAR, but they just keep doing it.
At the moment, there is some stinker,
yeah,
or some big talking point.
I think it's got more controversial now than when we didn't have VAR. When there was just a ref on the pitch.
Yeah, we've replaced the controversy with different controversy.
Yeah.
And it's stuff like the offsides and stuff like that. They really need to come up with a better way of defining that, because it doesn't...
How they draw the lines is a bit dodgy.
Whenever you look at it and when it is really close, I would love it to be bang on every time, but it's really difficult to tell. Like I think it was Micah Richards saying that the offside rule, it should only be your feet or your legs that can be offside or something.
Not
you
your
said
head.
your feet, yeah. So he was saying, instead of drawing these lines and they're looking, look if his feet are onside or not.
Yeah.
And if they're onside and his head's offside, doesn't matter. Like you
could be full on leaning forward, couldn't you?
Yeah.
And it won't actually give you
not really. It's just
an advantage.
Yeah. And I thought that was quite interesting, because I think that would probably work a bit better, because you're not looking at someone's complete body position. You just got to look at the feet.
Trial and everything else. You might as well trial that.
Yeah, because I've heard people say before about you should do it where you give the benefit of the doubt to the attacker or whatever. And I'm like, I don't really like that, because I think that is
defenders
a
are just going to get ripped into, aren't they?
That basically just says any close offside is not offside.
We would have preferred that today, though.
You get more goals, but it is bullshit. The defenders get punished.
Mm.
But yeah, I thought the one about it being just your feet was quite interesting, because I thought that would probably work and it would be a bit easier to determine.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've said our piece on the... we don't think the Ake one should stand.
No.
It's a great header, but it's just the offside position of Akanji. That goal should be ruled out.
That's how they look at it for so long and then just say, no, it's okay.
And it isn't, like we just said, it's unfortunate for Fulham because it's at a point where they were in the game.
I thought Marco Silva was going to get his 4 in 4.
You'd think something like that would rile him up enough as well.
Yeah, I think he was complaining, but I think even the rest were like, come on, we can't give him 4 out of 4 yellow cards, can we?
But yeah, routine win for City, really, and I don't think anyone would have expected anything less. 5 goals, hat-trick for Haaland, going into the international break with style.
Even if you stayed close to City throughout the league, and when it came down to the final end of the season, even if you were close on points, City will just smash your own goal difference anyway.
Yeah, they're just putting... we said before, they don't just sit at 2 or 3 if they're battering you. They will destroy you.
Yeah.
To be honest, the Palace Wolves one wasn't very exciting.
No.
Wolves still managing not to get a result.
Yeah.
Despite fighting back.
It's quite worrying for them, but
Liverpool 3-0 against Villa at Anfield. Good result, because we know that Villa aren't mugs.
No, but when it's at Anfield, you always expect it, don't you?
Yeah. And, they've now got through the game as well without Van Dijk. Obviously, he's suspended.
Yeah, it might be worth, because we didn't actually cover that last game, might be worth going on about that. But, the way it was, Newcastle was 1-0 up, weren't they? Van Dijk got
so
sent off.
We didn't manage to cover it last week. Same with City, wasn't it? We kind of
We
touched
watched
about
City,
City a little bit. Never a red.
Do you not think?
No,
I thought it was.
I think it's a booking.
I thought it was last man and it was red. I did.
I don't think it's as bad a tackle. I think he's through. I think he gets through, but I think it's harsh. I think if that was, I'm trying to take my United bias out. Like if that happened against us, I'd be fuming that it was a red card. But
yeah, I think you would really, wouldn't you?
like if it was to your team,
yeah.
I don't think it's anywhere near as bad as people made out at the time. And Van Dijk was obviously fuming.
I don't think
about
it's as bad as I don't think it's a bad tackle. It's not that fact. It's the fact that it was a last man.
But yeah, I don't think it's a red card. I think that's harsh. But I can see why it's given. It's just one of those things. But
Nunes absolutely like pulls out of the bag, doesn't he?
Well, the both finishes are brilliant, but that first finish is fantastic.
Yeah. I feel like the second finish, Pope could have done better with it.
Maybe this is why Pope had such a stinker this week, because Darwin Núñez just tore him a new arsehole last week.
Gave him nightmares.
I was a big fan of the fact that Klopp giving it back to, because Newcastle, what's that guy? Is it Jason Tyndall or something? Is that his name?
That does ring a bell, actually.
I've been trying to remember it for every podcast episode we've done. I might have just said some random bloke's name now.
Yeah, he hushed him when he got sent off, didn't he?
And Klopp did it back to him when they won. I was like, Scouse bastard.
That's what you like to see. You don't want to see him get booked
shit
for that sort of stuff, do you?
No.
Because you like to see that.
I love that level of shithousery. That's what you deserve. If you're going to dish it out before the game's even over. But absolute bottle jobs from Newcastle. Maybe
it's terrible.
To